Good morning, everyone. How are you this morning? Good morning, Daphne. First on this morning. And people may be getting a bit confused. Now, that is what I have to tell you about. We have roofers on, so this is going to be just like a quick um, video. I'm hoping I can get through it without too much noise, and this is the reason why I'm not going to be doing videos next week. Okay, not until the evening. We're getting a new roof put on here, and the poor guys are up there, and I can't really tell them to shut up for the next hour. So this morning I am just going to do a couple of things, just some quick stuff, and basically it was also to explain to people why I wouldn't be on during the day. And I know that some of you, it's going to be the wrong time of day for you if I go live at 7 p.m. But unfortunately, there's not much I can do about it. Alrighty, so I just thought I'd have a little bit of a play this morning. I don't know, many of you may know that I used to do folk art, and I've been thinking about blending. So blending with the stamp pads, and I've had a small amount of success with it. So we're just going to go ahead and just see how it works. So I'll show you the technique. The water painters do put a little bit too much water into it. However, yeah, we should be fine. So it'll just be a technique type thing. I don't know whether I'll make a card in the end or not. Alrighty, so let me just pop down to the desk, and please excuse the noise. I'll do my best. All right, so as you can see, I've been playing, and we've got the blending happening on the leaves here. So we've got some yellow and green in there together, and then we've also got some blending happening up here. Okay, good morning, Glenda. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Yes, so Glenda, you'll need to excuse any noise. We've got people on the roof. So after today, I'm going to be doing my lives in the evenings. Okay. So this is what I've been playing with. So I was going to use this, but I can't because I've made boo-boos here and here where I press too hard. So for this technique, you do really need a fairly good sized impression, okay? And it would probably be better too if it was heat embossed, because it would stop everything going outside the line. But so we're going to have a little go this morning. So I've just got that on there. Basically, we just need a couple of blocks. We need some ink pads. I've stamped in basic grey, but like I said, it would probably be better if it was embossed. All right, so the plan is that we're going to do the leaves here. We're going to do the flower, and we're just going to see how that pans out for us. I've had a go with both of these brushes, and I actually felt, so I've got a pack of the 3 brushes. So I actually felt that the longer tip one was better for me in this situation. So we'll start off with the, oh, thanks, Holly. I knew you'd understand. You were a folk art girl, Glenda. Yeah. Yeah, just you know how we do the double color on the brush. And that's what I've been trying to do, and it does sort of work. Okay, so we're going to have the green, and I've done too much on there, so we'll do this one as well. And I'm using what am I using? Peach pie. So those 2 colors go quite well together. My goodness, I have more trucks pulled up outside. A bit of a drama here this morning, but we can get away with it. Yeah, so I mean, if I can get on earlier, if the guys finish earlier or whatever, I will definitely try and get on a bit earlier. But I wanted to come on today just to let everybody know. Alrighty, I might move this just a teeny bit closer so that you can see what I'm doing here. Let me have a go at that. See if that's a bit better. So we've got our imprint and then we've got our brush. So what we're going to do is we're going to put green on one side of the brush, and then we're going to put the peach pie on the other side of the brush. Okay, so we've got the two colors, and then I'm going to hold the brush so that there's a color either side. And then gradually move up the leaf and turn the brush and do it that way as well. So as you can see, we're getting a little bit of both colors blended in together at the same time. Now, if you work it too much, you'll get too much water on there, which was one of the things that I did find out. So you get like the two colors blending together. Clean off the brush. And it is best if you do that each time, because otherwise you're going to get a muddy brush. Okay, so we put the green on one side and we put the yellow or whatever other color we're using on the other side. Let me go back and put the chat up so that I can see what everyone's. Good morning, Tanya. Okay, so the yellow on one side, the green on the other, depending on where you want each color. So usually the leaves tend to yellow towards the outside first. So we just move that so that we're getting. Now I'm used to doing this with an artist brush, so it's a little bit different to what I'm used to, but you can see again there we've got the two colors and they're blended at the same time. You don't have to go back through and redo with a different color. So again, we're going green and we're going yellow, and there we go. So I'm doing the green towards the middle and the yellow is coming to the outside. And they'll never look the same. Okay, so that's what we're doing, just cleaning the brush off on every, and also drying the brush a wee bit. I'm going to put the yellow on first this time. So pop the yellow and then the green. Sorry, I'm going to turn it upside down because I'm used to working more from the bottom, and then up we come, and this time we've got more of the yellow on the inside, and we can do that again on the other side, and you'll see the yellow coming in down the bottom there. And just one more leaf. I'll get that out of there. Sorry, I'm off to the side. I'm just cleaning the brush. And then we'll go with the green and the yellow. If you go with the green and then the yellow, you get a bit of the green in with the yellow. And then again, we'll do it this way. So we get the green with the yellow coming through, and the green with the yellow coming through. Okay, we didn't get quite so much yellow on that one, but like I said, you know, not each one is the same, is it? So that's what we're doing. Can you hear much noise? Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got like the yellow in there with the green. We don't have to try and blend it. My dog's not happy either, as you can hear. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come down here with the green, because I don't, just for the stems. So there were lots of folk art techniques that I'm starting to try with, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to do it, with the blending brushes and what have you. Let's just put a little bit more green on there. Now with the flowers, it's a little bit more awkward because with the colors that I have, there's not a huge difference unless I go with something really dark and then something really light, which doesn't always work. So there we have the yellow and the green blended together on the leaves. Good morning, Kerry. How are you? Only a faint noise? A poor howling dog, yes. She's a little noise, not a problem. Okay. I will keep an eye out each day because your dogs are talking. Keep an eye out each day because if they're going to be like at the other end of the house, I may be able to work it because I do prefer my 9:30. Wednesdays I'm looking at doing 7 o'clock anyway, but yeah. I feel sorry for the guys because it's sort of like I've already had to ask them to move their stuff and so that I can close the gate and all sorts of things. It's not their fault. All right, so now I'm going to clean that brush off. I was actually going to show you, this is the sort of brush I normally use. So if you do have a normal paintbrush and you're used to using a normal paintbrush, then by all means do it. I'll show you with that one while I do these pinks. So I've got Pretty in Pink. Whoops. There we go. And I've got Petunia Pop. So there is a bit of difference in the colors. Let's hope that we can get that blending happening. Alrighty, so if I was using this brush, and yes, I've got water over there, I would take some of the pink and some of the yellow, the other pink, exactly as we've just done. And then I would work, well, I think that's blended itself on there. Then I would work up so that we got the lighter up around the top there. And it happens on its own, and that hasn't really shown up very well. I might use the other brush again. Two colors very similar, and it makes it a bit more difficult. So we'll use the Petunia Pop and then the pink, and we'll see how it works this time. Ah, that's a bit better. Now I have a cat scratching at the door. My goodness. So you can see there are two different colors in there. It's just not very distinctive. I would have had to probably use some really much darker colors. Let's see how we go again. Going a bit quiet, aren't I? There we go. It's not showing huge color change on this one, I must admit. But you get the idea. The pink, dark pink's gone right through. This was a very quickly put together idea for today. So we'll have that and we'll have that, and we'll do the two together. And we should get a bit of a blend in there. like that. Like I said, we are seeing a difference, but it's very subtle. It's very subtle. All right, let me try that. I might change the colors in a minute. We might, oh, it's one stem. We can't really, can we? I'm just going to do the center in the one color. I think I'll do it in the darker. And we'll pull that in. These poor guys this morning, literally, I didn't think they'd started. My husband didn't warn me. So I'm wandering around in my dressing gown. And all the back of our house, we don't have, because it overlooks the river, we don't have, hi, Suzanne. Your dogs are wrestling on top of you. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Molly's pretty good. She knows she's not supposed to jump, but she does. She will. If she gets half a chance, she will jump. All right. So I'm going to try with these pinks, and I'm going to try it with the other brush and see how I go. That's gone quite dark. Turn it around. So Suzanne did some watercoloring yesterday, I believe it was. It looked really, really pretty. All right, so let me try with this brush and see how I go. So I'm going to put the light one on there and then the darker one there. And we will, yeah, there's not much difference. And we will go up. All right, so the pinks aren't working quite as well as the greens did. I think it's just the pinks that I've chosen. And going between the two brushes. Let me go back to this one and pull a bit of that in. You can see there is a distinction in there. It's just subtle, subtle, subtle. So let's do that again. Might show up more actually when it's dry. So having those two colors on there at once. So we'll do that again. We'll go the darker side and the lighter side. There we go. It's sort of working a bit better now. It's a very easy technique when you can get it to work properly. It's, for me, I think it's more the brush. Not used to. There we go. Again, you can see the difference in the two, and they've blended in there. Let's rinse that brush a bit. And we will go dark, and we will go light. And we've got the 2 in there. That one actually worked a bit better. Dark. And the light. And I'm just wriggling the brush. All right, I might use some of the light up here, just on these edges here. That should be green. And into the center. And you can still go over it with your different, so you can see that there is the blended colors in there. I think when it dries, it'll look better than it does as it is. And definitely you can see more with the greens because there's more of a difference of color in there. So that was, see if we can make this into a card. Just want to right, that's that. So that's our water brushes. And they're back on. You think it looks good, Glenda? That's good. It's funny, you sort of envision stuff and sometimes it doesn't quite work exactly how you envisaged it. So definitely the leaves have worked the way I wanted to. It actually worked. I found it worked fine on this one that I did. But isn't it always the way when you're trying to show somebody it goes different? I could probably cut that out. I'll have a look in a minute. Let me just clean these blocks off, otherwise I'll forget and they'll get... Right, that's that done. So I could put these through on the cut and emboss machine. Let's do that. And then I'll pop them onto... Which one is which here? Let me see. That one cuts that one. So I'll just cut that one out. And, you know, I might use the other 2 as well. I know they're from a different... For those in the card sending group that we have going, you'll be happy to know I sat down yesterday afternoon and I cut all the stuff for the cards. So hopefully I will get them done over the weekend and get them sent out. You're all so good, and I've been tardy about the whole thing. I honestly believe that when I was not working, I'd have all this time that I could do things. And maybe I'm just still trying to catch up. Who knows? So there's that one. And I'll cut the others as well. So this one came out of the Thankful Garden. And the other one came out of Spotlight on Nature. So let's do the... Oh, that's right. We can't. They'd have to be fussy cut, wouldn't they? Let's find the scissors. and we'll quickly fussy cut. Thanks, Roz. Thanks, Tanya. I haven't had a lot of experience with water brushes, to be quite honest. I did buy a kit. I don't know if anyone else got it. It had all the flowers in it. It was a watercolor kit, and it had a watercolor pen in it. And I've done a couple of them, but I haven't done many. So like I said, I was an avid folk arter. Folk arter? Does that mean folk artist? Back in the day when that was all the rage, and no doubt one day it'll all come back in, but I had to get rid of all my paints because they had all started to dry. So if it does come back in, I'll be buying more paints. Okay, so we have that. And I'll cut this one out because I made a boo-boo. And I don't mind doing a bit of fussy cutting here and there. I'm not going to go deep into them like I possibly normally would because I just don't want to spend a heap of time doing that. Yeah, so what I'll do is if these guys are at the other end of the house, my house is a very long house. Get rid of that bit. Then I will throw in a morning video. I'm not going to, it makes it so much easier for me. And Thursdays, I won't be able to do an evening one anyway because I do trivia on a Thursday night. So looks like we will be putting up with some of the noise. Not too bad at the moment. They've gone quiet. Maybe they're on smoko. Oops, come on, out of there. So, yeah. Alrighty, so normally I would get in here and I would cut a lot of that out, but today we're just going to pop it onto the front of a card. What have we got? We've got pink. Let's do a white. We'll do a, what have I got in the pinks? Nothing. Nothing. So I'm just going to pop these on here and just sort of like make a bit of a posy type thing. Work it out as I go. Let me just grab some. Let's have. What shall I use? Petunia pot, probably. And just trying to think what colours I want to use. I might go with Very Vanilla because I like that. I've got very used to Very Vanilla. So I'm thinking that, and then I might have to put that onto Very Vanilla as well. Which I think, have I got one of those? Nope. Okay. All right, so let me cut card base. That on there or that on there? That on there. So I'll cut a card base. Of 5 3/4 by 8. me move those out of the way. I'm all of a dither this morning. We'll do the 8 and the 5 3/4. We'll fold that. Let me I might actually go with, I want another colour in there as well. That'll work. The second one I will do at 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. That'll just be the base, and then this one I will do at 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. There we go. Now I just do the sticky stickies. So I'm just going to put that straight onto there. Hi, Sue. And we have, sorry, I haven't been keeping up with the chat. Susan, lovely to see you. All righty. So I'll just pop this onto here. And the thing I did obviously find with water painting or with watercolor is that it does get a little bit, these ones are dry because I did them last night. This one's still a bit damp. So I thought I might pop that one up and maybe pop that one straight down, that one up, and then put these leaves under here. Let's do that because these have got too much white in them to, I would normally have cut more out. So we're going to pop one down there like that. And then we're going to use this one. And put it down. Oh, Mum's probably not on here because I think I told her I wasn't going to go live. And then we're going to pop this one just on the top here so that we've got those. And I'm going to put these on dimensionals. This one on dimensionals. I don't know if Mum ever watches the replays or not. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2. So I want this to pretty much cover all that white that I've got in there. Had to be one that wouldn't do it, wouldn't that? One in there, and then down in here, we'll see if I can get a mini in there. If I can't, I will split one. It's not going to happen. So let me cut one. Cut one in half. Or I could have used a glue dot, I suppose. Actually, I don't know where those are. They're still missing in action. There we go. come off. So what's everybody got planned for the weekend? Anything nice? I'm off to Bundaberg for a Stamping Up demonstrators thing that they're putting on, which I'm quite looking forward to. I'll get to meet some new people, and I'm going with Cherie, who lives in Hervey Bay, so not far from me. So this is what I plan with this. I'm just going to pop that down on there, but I do want to put a how about I want to put just a small one. Oh, that's huge. It looks really small on there. Let me put, maybe not that one then. We'll find another. What have we got? These are all quite large too. Nope. Let me go with Loveliest Tree. Now this is another one of my favorites. This Loveliest Tree, and it's still in the catalogue, which is great. And I think that with the new ones that are coming up, the new tree ones, thanks, Roz. I think with the new tree ones that are coming up, it's actually going to work well with them. I'm going to use, I had Basic Grey here somewhere, but maybe I put it away. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll stamp it with Petunia Pop. Let's do that. I'm just going to stamp it right down on here. No, not like that. You're not, Lorraine. Sorry, you can't see. Look what I did. There we go. And where's my stylish shapes? Did I have them out? Probably not. Now, lesson number 1, when you change everything around, you can't find anything, but I'm sure you all know that. I'm going to use, I don't think it'll fit in the other one, just this little banner here. Try and get it straight. Now, as long as that doesn't slip between here and there, we should be fine. It also helps if you put your die the right way round. I did it wrong the other day. What I did. You can see where it's on my top plate. So I've got that. Oh, meow, nothing. What do you want to come in here for? That's Lando. That's my naughty boy, if you like. He can be a little bit naughty. what I might do is just cut one of these larger ones. Can you hear him rattling at the door here? Now I sort of think that one on that one is going to be too big for that card. What do we think? Meow, yes, meow. Me. Do a little bit of doctoring here. Meow. He's talking to me now. A little bit different this side. There we go. I think that might work. Who said I have to use the whole thing? Has anybody ever done stitching on cards? It will be fun. I'm looking forward to it, although they want us to make a tag defining Stampin' Up, and I have a mental block on that one because I think everybody's going to go with the create and what have you. So I don't know. I might not even do that bit. I'm just going to pop that on there. I've got a little bit of the pink in there, but that's okay. To push that up a tad. Oh, that's about as straight as a dog's hind leg. I'm not doing straight, am I? There we go, that's a bit better. And then I'll just pop that up. I think just in that corner there like that. I'm not keen on them at the top, so we'll pop that up there. What, make a tag? I haven't used it. I've heard about it. Never used it. As I believe there's some AI ones as well. Is that AI? I don't know. But yeah. Alrighty, I'm just going to pop that down there. I'm going to put that on there. Oh, for goodness sake, hang on a second, everybody. Sorry. What? This, where are we? This is what set the door scratching. He's a naughty, naughty boy, aren't you? You're a naughty boy. You're going to hop on the floor? No more scratching. You're in here. Sometimes the animals are worse than kids ever were. So anyone who saw the photos the other night, that's the cat that was laying across in front of the window. And he's heading up there again. They're all a little bit disturbed this morning because they're not quite sure what's going on, and we have to pop out, and I'm a little bit worried about how they're going to go. My deaf cat yesterday just about, poor boy, we had the people come to do the fire alarms, and they gave us a time of between I think it was 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. He turned up at 5:15. We didn't go out all day because we knew he was coming. So now we have to rush out this morning. I'm just going to use those, I think. Actually, I've managed to do a longer one than I thought I was going to get away with the noise. And it isn't too bad at the moment. They're actually putting the scaffolding up at the moment. He is beautiful. Yes, he is beautiful. But he's my foster boy. So his owner went away to Spain, I think it was. And I was supposed to be fostering him for 6 months. I'm just going to put that there because I've got that little piece of, it's too far down, Murray. No one's going to notice that. And his owner was supposed to go for 6 months, but he would let me know if he was not coming back. And I said, well, if you don't come back, I'll take Lando on. Where? Maybe in there. That'll do. And yeah, I have not heard. I emailed him when we first came back from England. I emailed him to let him know that Lando was all good and all the rest of it. And I asked him if he wanted photos, and he said, oh, not at the moment. And I could understand that because I thought maybe he's just a little bit upset because he hasn't got the cat with him. And then I've heard nothing, not a thing. So, right, I'm going to put a little, lots of wink. I'm going to put some wink on this, and I'm not sure. So, obviously, you wouldn't put the wink on until the water color was dry. And I'm not going to put a lot on because I don't want to. This one's not so bad because it didn't quite work as I'd hoped. But you got the general idea of how to do it. I used to like doing it with a much flatter brush, and it did work out better because you had the color. I'll show you in a second. You had the color one side of the brush and the other side of the brush, and it would work really well. But our images aren't really big enough. Let's put a bit of this on here. Probably should have put those things in the middle there. I can actually put another 2 on, can't I? Because I want an odd number. What I might do is put, let's have a little look, see. Just might put these, like they're just iridescent ones in the middle, like that. Whoops. One there. And one there. There we go. All right. I haven't put an insert in, but there we go. That's our watercolored card, and using the blended colors actually on the brush. So when I talk about this is the sort of brush where you can have that one color this side, one color that side, and it does work out a lot easier. It's hard to get it back in there without ruining it. Goodness me. So let me get my brushes out. I would normally use probably either something like this, a flat brush, or again a flat brush like this. So I think this is probably one of my most used ones. So yeah, oh, well, I could have just shown you a new one. There you go. You can work with normal brushes if you want to, and you can still use them as a watercolor effect. It's just that you know, we've got these. They've got the water. These are great. I actually I took these on the plane. One of these on the plane, and it was really cool. Thank you so much, everybody. That's bizarre. Comment was in the answer to Lorraine. Yeah, I will be keeping him. I did say that I would keep him if his owner didn't had ended up moving to Spain, which was the plan, I believe. But of course, you know, you can never actually say that's what's going to happen. And I've got him until I think it's the end of September. Is the end of the 6 months. So we'll see what happens. But you know what? If he was mine, I would have been on emailing all the time and wanting photos. Okay, sorry, I think they're right ahead above me now. Okay, so that's today's card. Thank you so much for joining me. I do like the watercolor effect. So, but getting those two colors in together works really well. I will attempt to come on at 9:30 where I can. However, I'm not always going to be able to do that, unfortunately. So we'll just see how I go. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me this morning, and I will see you throughout next week. Have a great weekend. Be careful and only do what you need to do. I now have a man standing right outside the window, probably wondering why I'm talking to myself. But anyway, these things happen, don't they? All righty. Thanks, everybody. And I will see you all next week. Bye for now.